The year was 1959. A group of skilled hikers led by Igor Dyatlov set out on a skiing expedition in the Ural Mountains. Days passed, then weeks. When the group failed to return on time, a search team went looking. What they found was far more disturbing than anyone expected. On February 26th, rescuers came upon the group's tent, ripped open from the inside. Their belongings, food, and warm clothes were left behind, as if they had fled in terror. Footprints led away from the tent, scattered into the wilderness, and some ended in the deep snow, making it hard to track. The bodies of the hikers were found scattered across the mountain slope, some barely dressed in only socks and underwear, despite the freezing temperatures. At first, investigators assumed the cold was to blame, but as they looked closer, the story grew stranger. Some hikers showed signs of blunt force trauma, but there were no external wounds, almost as if the injuries were caused by an intense pressure. One hiker had a crushed skull, while others had broken ribs. The most disturbing discovery? 2 of the hikers' bodies were missing their eyes, and one was missing her tongue. According to some reports, unusual radiation levels were found on the hikers' clothing, something that's difficult to explain. And nearby, locals reported seeing strange glowing orbs floating in the sky around the time of the hikers' deaths. The bizarre circumstances around the Dyatlov Pass incident fueled a storm of conspiracy theories. One of the most popular theories involves secret military testing. Some speculate the hikers stumbled upon a Soviet military experiment, perhaps involving parachute mines or some form of weapon testing. The pressure injuries align with how mines might affect the body without visible wounds. Another theory suggests aliens were involved. The bright orbs seen by locals are often cited as potential UFOs, possibly observing or even attacking the hikers. Supporters of this theory point to the radiation, suggesting that the hikers were exposed to an unknown energy source. Beyond military and alien theories, others believe the Dyatlov Pass may be a place of supernatural energy. The local Mansi people, indigenous to the region, have long considered the area sacred, referring to it as the Mountain of the Dead. Some suggest the hikers may have angered spirits or supernatural forces residing in the area. It's theorized that the group encountered a yeti or some other cryptid creature that attacked them in the night. Some paranormal investigators propose that the hikers were affected by infrasound, low-frequency sound waves that can cause panic, disorientation, and hallucinations. This theory posits that infrasound from strong winds around the mountains drove the hikers to flee their tent in a panic, ultimately leading to their deaths. Stranger still, after the incident, Soviet authorities quickly shut down the investigation, declaring the hikers' deaths an unknown compelling force. The files were sealed, and any mention of the case was discouraged. Some say this points to a government cover-up, that the incident exposed something dangerous and secretive. Why were the files hidden? Why did they discourage further investigation? In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, but concluded that an avalanche was the most likely cause. However, this explanation still leaves many questions unanswered. The strange injuries, the radiation, the glowing orbs. Over 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains an eerie enigma. While some explanations seem plausible, no single theory accounts for every strange detail. Was it an experiment gone wrong, an encounter with extraterrestrials, or something beyond our understanding? Whether it was aliens, supernatural forces, or a government cover-up, one thing is certain. The Dyatlov Pass incident continues to captivate us, a reminder that some mysteries are simply too strange for a straightforward answer.